Daily trading recap here for this Thursday, the 3rd of March, 2022. Going to keep it very short and brief because I took off shortly after market open for a very short market screen time for me today. Just some dollar volume as reference for me as 53 minutes after the close, NASDAQ $232 billion volume, NYSE $370 billion volume, OTC's $2.3 billion volume on the day. No trades in the equity world or listed world, small cap, OTCs alike. I wanted to be just keeping an eye on ELEK, that nice little first screen day OTC mover, but just blahness all today. INDO had a nice move, continuation from that pre-market. Like I mentioned, a little bit of it's unfortunate that the moves happened immediately in that the opening of pre-market, but there was still plenty of opportunity closer to market open and during market hours today to scale out of that position, and then eventually had this little dump-off sell-off here in the afternoon, and IMPP, similar thing. To follow that trend move, DWAC recovering a little bit, certainly not dead by any standard whatsoever. We'll see where it continues to go from here, but the only really trade I had on the day, even though I did take off pretty soon after market open, I was trying to fool around, or just not fooling around, but like testing, going through the process again with my NinjaTrader system of placing the profit target order combined with my placement of the market order, and trying to do that. And I was literally just trying to go for like half a point above where I was going for. And of course, it goes 3 points behind me, and I'm trying to cut losses quickly. Just stupidity. I ended up losing $150 at that. But new strategy, because I'm not necessarily, like I told on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I was definitely going to take off of going after that little volatility spread trade with futures in that first 15 to 30 minutes of market open. Because I wasn't doing that anymore, looking at a little bit of different perspective on the data itself, and now just kind of breaking down for funsies. I was taking and collecting all the data of each individual minute candle by itself and compiling them all into one sheet and saying which candle averages the most amount of points, the most amount of range, which one averages the highest probability to do certain things and break certain things that way. So very interesting metrics there. I think 930 was obviously one of the most volatile ones, most voluminous ones. 355 and 350 were also very conveniently along in the top leaderboards of most range-bound one, most volatile ones, most probable to hit certain key metrics with in regards to points above and below where they open in that little minute candle there. So interesting to see that it wasn't necessarily the last minute candle of market hours. It was that was 5 minute intervals. Interesting, funny to see, but keeping a watch on that. Can pour a little bit more data in there, see if that can become a little bit more algorithmic of a trade, because it is so much more well-defined risk-wise for being able to establish a proper risk-reward with any hit rate I can find in that. That's obviously with the hit rate that I do have now on that little volatility trade of going both long and short and just waiting for price to move into me. For how long of times that I do want to allow that to move, being able to then just either just scale down what I'm looking for reward wise and then say, okay, well, now that I'm doing that, now I can try to ultimately increase the hit rate of that to look for a more consistent repetition of that. And then by doing that also, we'll subsequently, we want to tag along that decrease of risk to just be able to manage it first and foremost. Because this strategy so far just has not been proven of any strategy, even through backtesting, no matter what the data says, even if it's the most awesome hit rate that I've ever seen, that risk needs to be defined and well managed first and foremost before anything else. Because if it's not, then it just can absolutely obliterate and just tear apart this awesome golden strategy that it may appear to be. And I've certainly been finding that out with this so far, but that's where I'm at. I'm getting right back to data collection after the end of this video here and continuing that grind. I sincerely thank you guys for watching. We will catch you guys on the next one.